we have to manage the meaning. The fact of the situation is that you created a coaching program and it flopped. That does not necessarily mean that you are forever and ever ill-equipped to be successful in your business or to, move up in your career or whatever. All it means is for that particular scenario and that situation, it didn't work out. You can simply manage the meaning and say, oh, this must be a program that people are not interested in, but that's okay. There's plenty of other things that I'm really good at. I'm gonna come up with a program that people are gonna be interested in, and it's gonna be wildly successful. Same facts, right? But different meaning. Hey, Courtney Sanders here. Welcome back to my channel. If you're new to me, I'm a full-time online life and business coach as well as wife and mom. I wear all the hats and do all the things, but I do it because I'm passionate about helping you turn your success story into a 6 or 7 figure brand. And I say success story because there's gotta be something that you have achieved or something that you are successful at that you then want to package up and monetize. But I recognize a lot of people struggle even with that part, finding their success story. And part of the reason that they struggle with finding their success story is because they struggle with overcoming self-doubt. And so in this video, I want to talk to you about how you can overcome that self-doubt, that imposter syndrome, and any of those things that are holding you back, and how you can ultimately unlock the keys to your full potential. This is something that I'm super passionate about. I actually got my start in life coaching and in personal development. And even as I teach about business, I find that I'm always addressing my clients' mindset in the personal development realm because it makes a bigger difference than they can imagine. So if you're tired of self-doubt and you're like, wow, I'm ready to push past all of this so that I can go forth in my business and everywhere else in my life, then you are gonna love this video because we're gonna tackle that right now. So the first thing you need to do if you wanna overcome self-doubt and unlock your full potential is you need to evaluate the right evidence. And what I mean by this is what creates self-doubt is that we are looking at past evidence in our life and we're looking at it and saying, that is evidence for why I can't do something. So maybe you're thinking about the last time that you tried to start a business and you failed, or that time that you tried to go up for a promotion and it didn't work out, or the time you tried to do anything and it didn't work out and you failed. You are looking at that as evidence for why you can't do something right now. But here's the thing that most people fail to understand. The evidence for why you can do something and for why you can't do something exist at the same time. Both pieces of evidence are available in your life right now. It's what you choose to focus on. So I'm saying to you, if you want to overcome self-doubt, instead of focusing on the evidences that says this is why you can't do something, deliberately look for the evidence in your life that points to why you can. It could be something as simple as you have been consistent in the last 3 months to work out consistently, right? Maybe you have been focusing on the evidence of that past business that you started and it failed, but you were completely ignoring how you've been really consistent with working out, how you've done really well to amend past relationships, maybe with family and friends that have been tumultuous in the past. Maybe you've been, getting back into, reading and learning and all the things that are really important to you. That too is evidence for why you can do something. And so my question to you is, why are you looking at all of your negative evidence but not your positive evidence? Again, at any given time, we have both. Even if it's like very small, there is some positive evidence in your life right now that you can use as evidence for why you can do something. And of course, there is negative evidence in your life right now that you can use for why you can't do something. And so my secret to success, even when I was, messing up and not achieving my goals, and I had every reason to believe why I couldn't do something, I refused to make that my focus. I only looked at the evidence that pointed to why I could do something, even if it was very small. So the first step is making sure that you are evaluating the right evidence. The second thing that you'll want to do to overcome self-doubt and unlock your full potential is to manage the meaning, right? So we think about the different moments, different things that have happened in our lives. Maybe it's negative things that have happened to us and we're like, oh my goodness, why did this happen to us? This must mean that I'm the type of person who is never going to be successful at starting a business. This must mean that I'm the type of person who is never going to achieve XYZ. Did it really mean that? Or did you make it mean that? This is what I'm saying. We have to manage the meaning. Just because something happened, all that means is the fact of the situation, right? The fact of the situation is that you did not get the promotion. The fact of the situation is that you created a coaching program and it flopped. That does not necessarily mean that you are forever and ever ill-equipped to be successful in your business or to, move up in your career or whatever. All it means is for that particular scenario and that situation, it didn't work out. And so you can manage the meaning instead of saying, man, this coaching program flopped, and so that means that nobody's gonna pay me for what I have to offer and I am forever and ever a failure. You can simply manage the meaning and say, oh, this must be a program that people are not interested in, but that's okay. There's plenty of other things that I'm really good at. I'm gonna come up with a program that people are gonna be interested in, and it's gonna be wildly successful. Same facts, right? But different meanings. So it's very important that you manage the meaning and that you manage it in a way that is ultimately going to motivate you to take the next step. All right, the third thing you need to do if you want to unlock your full potential and overcome self-doubt is you have to get clear on what you want. And I actually talk about this in detail in this video right here that explains everything you need to know to get clear on what you want. But this is so important because when you have a clear vision and you know what you are going after, it gives you a level of confidence and motivation that is going to keep you going. So sometimes we have a lot of self-doubt because we actually don't know where we're going in life, and we're not clear on what we want because we've allowed society, our parents, friends, whatever, to take away what our original dreams are. But if you go back to those original dreams and you believe that you can actually have them, and part of the reason that we believe that we can't have them is, again, because we are managing the meaning in a negative way and because we are evaluating the wrong evidence. But if you do the first two steps that I just talked about and you can accept, wow, this is what I really want in life and I'm choosing to believe that I can have it, you would be amazed at like the juice that it gives you in life and the motivation that it gives you to really overcome self-doubt, because now you believe in yourself and you have gas in your engine that's going to make you go. So make sure you focus on getting clear on what you actually want, not what you think you should want or what you have settled to believe is possible for you. All right, I have more where that came from, but first I want to hear from you. What's one shred of self-doubt that you are working to eliminate? Go ahead and share in the comments below. All right, the fourth thing that you'll want to focus on to overcome self-doubt and unlock your full potential is to go after your goals. This is one of my favorite things ever. If you can't tell, I'm a complete goal-setting junkie. In fact, I have a video right here that's all about how you can set goals like a millionaire, but I preach setting goals and actually going after them, particularly via the method that I share in that video about how to set goals like a millionaire, because the amount of progress that you make in your life, and if you follow that methodology, you will make progress quickly. It gives you so much motivation and so much self-confidence that it almost eliminates self-doubt automatically. Oftentimes we have self-doubt because we find ourselves taking action towards our dreams, but we're not really seeing any progress. And so we start to question, oh, is this even real? Is this something that I can actually have? When in actuality, we are just not going through the right process that actually gives us progress. So if you go through that goal setting process and you focus on going after your goals, you will start to see that you are making progress way quicker than you ever thought possible. And when you see that in your life, I'm telling you, all bets are off. Like, you are gonna be so motivated. It's completely gonna eliminate self-doubt because you will be able to see the light at the end of the tunnel. So no matter what you do, again, make sure you're clear on what you want, that previous point, and then set goals and actually go after them to ensure that you actually believe that you can make it happen. All right, the fifth thing that you'll wanna keep in mind if you want to overcome self-doubt and unlock your full potential is to do something that's actually a title of a really good book that I recommend, and it's to focus on who, not how. Here's the secret that most people don't realize. Our biggest dreams are impossible to achieve simply by ourselves. Our biggest dreams are going to require us to bring in other people by design. Why? Because again, I believe God put us all here on earth for a purpose. We're all uniquely designed and we are all interdependent, and we need and we rely on each other. And so part of the reason why we don't go after what we really want and our biggest dreams is because we rightly recognize that it's impossible for us to get there on our own. But here's the thing, you weren't designed to get there on your own. You were designed to do that with other people. You were designed to achieve those things in partnership. And so instead of always asking yourself how you can do something, start asking yourself, who do you need to connect with, who can help you do something? Whether it's working with another coach, working with a mentor, working with a peer or a friend who is already where you want to be, or just working with someone who can support you. As long as we fit into the pieces of each other's lives, it's amazing all the different things that we can achieve. And so I know my life has personally changed, especially in my business, when I stopped asking myself how I was going to achieve certain things, and I started asking myself, who who I needed to talk to who could help me achieve that. One perfect example of this was me hiring my instructional design team. I've talked about them a few times on this video, but I recently released a new program called the Next Big Name Bootcamp. It's my flagship program. I'm super proud of it. It's extremely high quality, well produced. It's one of the best programs I've ever created. And that was a big dream that I had of mine because I was looking to do something really big in my business. But instead of asking myself, how could I create the world's greatest, right, top-notch coaching branding program, I asked myself, who do I need to partner with in order to make that happen? And I realized a weak spot that I had was that I did not have an instructional design background, right? And so I partnered with a team who knows all of the, instructional design methodologies and adult learning, and they were able to take all of my information and order it in such a way that my audience and my students who go through my programs can actually achieve the results. So that's a perfect example of following who, not how, in order to achieve your dreams. Okay, I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, you're going to love my Coaching Success Secrets Masterclass. This is a new masterclass that I recently recorded that gives you even more success secrets that you're going to need to create a coaching business and really a life of your dreams. So if this is something that you're interested in, you want even more information on overcoming that self-doubt and truly achieving your full potential in business and beyond, make sure you click the link below in order to access it. All right, thanks so much for watching this video. If you loved it, don't forget to give it a thumbs up and make sure you subscribe. And if you want even more where that came from, make sure you're subscribed to my podcast, The Courtney Sanders Show. And if you can't wait to my next episode and you can't wait to my next podcast episode, make sure that you are following me on Instagram. It's CourtneyLSanders on Instagram, where I post nearly daily, sometimes twice daily, on my feed as well as my stories, showing you the behind the scenes of my life. And so with that, I'll see you in the next video. Bye.